Your disability will make other members uncomfortable, they said at Manhattan's most elite gym. What the membership director didn't know, Alexei Romanov was meeting there to finalize buying the entire gym chain to make it accessible. Alexei Romanov, 44, Ukrainian veteran, lost right arm in Kharkiv, now CEO of Romanov Fitness Group. Brandon Matthews, 36, Equinox Hudson Yards membership director. Good afternoon. Welcome to Equinox Hudson Yards, Brandon greeted at the sleek reception desk, his professional smile faltering when he noticed Alexei's prosthetic arm. Thank you. I have an appointment to tour the facility, Alexei replied, his Ukrainian accent noticeable, but his demeanor confident. Brandon's eyes lingered on the prosthetic arm, a sophisticated bionic model visible below Alexei's fitted athletic shirt. Of course. May I ask who you're meeting with? Brandon asked, already making assumptions about accessibility accommodations or adaptive fitness programs. I'm here to evaluate the property, Alexei answered simply. Brandon misinterpreted this as someone checking if the gym could accommodate his disability. I see. Well, Equinox prides itself on cutting-edge fitness, but I should mention our facilities are designed for high-performance athletes. This was the beginning of discriminatory gatekeeping. Before the tour, let's discuss membership options, Brandon suggested, pulling up his tablet. Given your situation, we have some specialized programs. Specialized programs? Alexei inquired. We partner with adaptive fitness organizations for members with physical limitations. The sessions are held during off-peak hours when the gym is less crowded. Brandon was segregating disabled members to avoid bothering regular clients. Why off-peak hours? Alexei asked calmly. Brandon hesitated. Our premium members expect a certain aesthetic and experience. Adaptive equipment and modified exercises can be distracting during peak times. This was explicit disability discrimination disguised as scheduling logistics. I wasn't aware fitness had an aesthetic requirement, Alexei observed. Well, Equinox isn't just a gym, it's a lifestyle brand. Our members are CEOs, celebrities, professional athletes. They're here for elite performance training, not rehabilitation. Brandon was implying that disabled individuals belonged in rehab facilities, not elite gyms. Mr. Romanov, I need to be transparent, Brandon continued. Many of our classes and equipment require full upper body functionality. Boxing, rock climbing, Olympic lifting, these aren't really compatible with prosthetic limitations. This was ableist assumption. Modern prosthetics enabled most athletic activities. I'm familiar with those activities, Alexei replied neutrally. I'm sure you are, but liability concerns are significant. If you're unable to safely use equipment or keep pace with classes, it creates risks. Risks to whom? Alexei asked. To yourself primarily, but also to other members if modified techniques disrupt class flow or if equipment needs special adjustments. Brandon was fabricating safety concerns to justify exclusion. Additionally, Brandon added, our trainers are certified in elite athletic performance, not adaptive fitness. They wouldn't be qualified to work with your specific needs. This suggested Equinox trainers couldn't train disabled clients, a false and discriminatory claim. Mr. Romanov, I want to be honest about our membership community, Brandon said, shifting to social exclusion tactics. Equinox Hudson Yards attracts a very specific demographic, successful professionals who expect a certain environment. What environment is that? Alexei prompted. Aspirational, motivational. Our members see each other as fitness inspiration. They're pushing human physical limits. Brandon was implying disabled individuals couldn't be inspirational or high-performing. Some members have expressed discomfort when adaptive athletes use the facilities, Brandon continued, not because they're prejudiced, but because it conflicts with their fitness journey mindset. This was claiming able-bodied members felt uncomfortable around disabled people, using other members as an excuse for discrimination. Your prosthetic arm, while impressive technologically, is quite visible. Some members might find it distracting or unsettling. Brandon was now explicitly stating that Alexei's disability was aesthetically unacceptable. We need to analyze our audience. If you could tell us where you watched our video in the comments section and also hit the like button, that would make us very happy. Given these considerations, Brandon concluded, I'd recommend some excellent alternatives better suited to your needs. Such as, Alexei asked. There's a wonderful adaptive fitness center in Brooklyn, Adapt Fitness. They specialize in working with veterans and disabled athletes. Very supportive community. Brandon was directing Alexei away from elite gyms toward disability-specific facilities. Or there are several hospital-affiliated wellness centers with physical therapy equipment and trained adaptive specialists. This was equating disability with medical rehabilitation rather than athletic fitness. I appreciate the suggestions, Alexei said diplomatically, but I'm specifically interested in Equinox. I understand the appeal of the Equinox brand, Brandon replied condescendingly, but honestly, you'd be paying premium prices for facilities you can't fully utilize. It doesn't make financial sense. Brandon was now using economic arguments to discourage Alexei's membership. While Brandon continued his discriminatory pitch, Alexei's phone rang. Caller ID, Equinox Corporate M&A Division. Excuse me, Alexei said, answering on speaker. Hello, David. Alexei, this is David Chen from Equinox Mergers and Acquisitions. We're ready to finalize the acquisition agreement. Are you at the Hudson Yards location for the final property evaluation? Brandon's confident expression froze. Acquisition agreement? Property evaluation? Yes, I'm here now, Alexei replied calmly, getting a very thorough introduction to the membership culture. Excellent. The board is excited about Romanov Fitness Group's acquisition. Your vision for inclusive fitness aligns perfectly with where we want the brand to evolve. Brandon stared at Alexei with dawning horror. Romanov Fitness Group? Acquisition? David, there's been an interesting situation with the membership director here. We should discuss it during the closing meeting. Situation? Is there a problem with the facility assessment? Not with the facility. With the membership policies. After hanging up, Brandon could barely speak. Mr. Romanov, are you buying Equinox? Not just Equinox, Alexei clarified. Romanov Fitness Group is acquiring the parent company that owns Equinox, SoulCycle, Blink, and several other fitness brands, 127 locations total. Brandon's face went completely white. The acquisition is valued at $2.3 billion, Alexei continued calmly. We're finalizing due diligence, which includes evaluating operational practices, customer service standards, and compliance with ADA regulations. ADA regulations? Brandon stammered. Americans with Disabilities Act. It prohibits exactly the kind of discrimination you've spent the last 15 minutes demonstrating. Brandon tried to backtrack. Mr. Romanov, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I wasn't discriminating. I was just trying to find the best fit for your needs. You told me my prosthetic arm would make members uncomfortable. You suggested I use the gym during off-peak hours so I wouldn't distract regular members. You recommended I go to a disability-specific facility instead of your elite gym. Brandon had no defense. Mr. Romanov, Brandon attempted damage control. I didn't realize you were involved in the fitness industry. I assumed. You assumed a disabled veteran couldn't be an elite athlete or fitness professional, Alexei finished. For your information, I was Ukrainian national team swimmer before the war. 3 Olympic medals. After my injury, I became certified as a combat fitness instructor and trained special operations units. Brandon looked sick. I've also completed 2 Ironman triathlons, 3 marathons, and hold adaptive division records in powerlifting. I've trained professional athletes, including 2 current Olympians. I had no idea, Brandon whispered. You didn't ask. You saw my prosthetic arm and made every assumption about my capabilities, my fitness level, and my place in your gym. Alexei pulled up his phone, showing photos. Alexei swimming in Olympic competition, crossing marathon finish lines, lifting impressive weights in powerlifting competitions. This is why I'm buying this gym chain, Alexei explained, to prove that elite fitness and disability aren't mutually exclusive. To create spaces where adaptive athletes are celebrated, not segregated. Within minutes, Equinox's regional operations manager, Lisa Rodriguez, arrived at Hudson Yards, having been alerted by corporate about the acquisition team's presence. Mr. Romanov, Lisa approached with obvious respect and concern. I'm Lisa Rodriguez. I understand you've been touring our facility. Yes, and receiving a comprehensive education in your membership policies, Alexei replied pointedly. Lisa glanced at Brandon with growing alarm. What policies specifically? Mr. Matthews explained that my prosthetic arm would make members uncomfortable, that I should use the gym during off-peak hours, and that I'd be better served at adaptive fitness centers rather than elite establishments like Equinox. Lisa's expression shifted to horror. Brandon, please tell me you didn't say those things to our potential owner. I didn't know who he was, Brandon defended desperately. It shouldn't matter who he is, Lisa shot back. Every potential member deserves respect and equal access, regardless of disability status. She turned to Alexei. Mr. Romanov, on behalf of Equinox, I apologize profusely. This is completely unacceptable and doesn't represent our values. Doesn't it? Alexei challenged. Brandon seemed very confident in these policies. He spoke as if they were standard practice. Lisa pulled Brandon aside, but Alexei overheard the urgent conversation. Are you telling me you've been steering disabled applicants away from membership? Lisa demanded. I thought it was better for everyone, Brandon defended. Some members have complained about adaptive equipment cluttering the gym floor, and trainers said they weren't comfortable working with prosthetics. That's illegal discrimination, Lisa nearly shouted. How long has this been happening? I don't know, maybe a year. I was just trying to maintain the Equinox standard. Lisa returned to Alexei, her face showing both anger and determination. Mr. Romanov, we clearly have serious problems that need immediate addressing. I want to assure you that Brandon's behavior is not company policy, but I understand if this incident affects your acquisition decision. It does affect my decision, Alexei confirmed, but not how you might think. He pulled out a folder from his bag, the acquisition agreement with several red-flagged sections. My legal team identified potential ADA compliance issues during due diligence. Today's experience confirms those concerns. The acquisition will proceed, but with specific conditions. Lisa listened carefully. First, mandatory disability awareness and inclusion training for all staff across all properties. Second, review of all membership policies to eliminate discriminatory practices. Third, investment in adaptive equipment and specialized trainer certification programs. We can absolutely implement those requirements, Lisa agreed immediately. Fourth, Alexei continued, Brandon Matthews will be terminated immediately, and this incident will be documented as a case study in the training program. Brandon's world collapsed. Please, Mr. Romanov, I made a mistake. I didn't understand. You understood perfectly, Alexei interrupted. You believe disabled people don't belong in elite fitness spaces. That belief doesn't change just because you learned I'm wealthy and powerful. Lisa didn't hesitate. Brandon, you're terminated effective immediately. Security will escort you from the property. Brandon tried one last appeal. I've worked for Equinox for 8 years. This is one misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding, Lisa corrected. It's systematic discrimination that could have exposed us to massive legal liability, not to mention moral failure. You're done. Security arrived and escorted Brandon out. His elite fitness industry career was over. 6 months after the acquisition closed, Romanov Fitness Group transformed the entire Equinox portfolio. Every location received comprehensive accessibility upgrades, adaptive equipment, certified trainers, inclusive class schedules, and zero tolerance for discrimination. The company launched Limitless, a program showcasing adaptive athletes, Paralympians, and disabled fitness professionals, proving elite performance had nothing to do with able-bodied status. Most importantly, Alexei established the Adaptive Athlete Access Foundation, providing legal advocacy, free memberships, and training resources for disabled individuals facing fitness discrimination. Equinox became the first major gym chain to achieve full ADA Platinum certification, setting industry standards for inclusive fitness. The Hudson Yards location, where Alexei was discriminated against, became the flagship for adaptive fitness programming. A plaque at the entrance reads, "Elite fitness means everyone, no exceptions." Alexei continued competing in adaptive athletics, using his platform to advocate for disability rights while running one of the largest fitness empires in North America. Sometimes the person you exclude from your gym is the one who'll buy it and make it better than you ever imagined. And sometimes the prosthetic arm you call distracting belongs to an Olympic medalist who'll transform your entire industry. Brandon Matthews learned too late that in fitness, true strength isn't measured by how you look, it's measured by how you lift others up.